Hey, what's up guys? So I had some time to do a video and I wanted to do this video. It's gonna be probably a little extended than what I want to do, but I have a lot to talk about, some things I want to show inside the collection. The video is kind of going to talk about pre-production packaging and stuff like that. So let's get started with a couple of things that I have in the collection. And this is just one of the things that I had. Again, when I end up doing a full-blown collection, I won't go through and spend time with some of the characters, but these are pretty much the same characters, but as far as the packaging, these are characters that were released in Japan, and I just got these for the packaging. As you can see, it's different. It's similar somewhat, but as you can see, the card in the background, of course, and the character name in the front, as well as the upper portion of the card, or the backing, has the Japanese writing in it. So coming over here, this was a early on Spyro's Adventure. If you can see, the bottom of the base itself is different. The character, the ship, the sword. Now these are exactly how I got them. I haven't altered or changed anything with them. But what was interesting is the pre-production packaging of this, and you can see how it says on the bottom FPO, and that basically means in pre-production, before the finalization of the characters, it gets sent out, and the packaging in the FPO pretty much stands for like for position only, and it kind of gives a detail of how the wording on the packaging is going to go. And so, as you can see, in graphic design and printing, whether it's for position only or for placement only, it's kind of like a placeholder. And some of the illustrations are either watermarked or stamped, and that's pretty much the acronym FPO, to indicate where the final version of the image is going to be placed. And so basically, the purpose of stamping or watermarking the FPO kind of gives where the over where the image is gonna be, and it also prevents the accidental inclusion of like copyrighted images for the designers used for the image of where it's gonna be. So it's pretty much a placeholder. As you can see, the FPO is there, and the FPO is also in red for the Stealth Elf. And you can see the base is totally different than what the normal base is. This is like the early on pre-production packaging of those particular Terrafin and the Pirate Seas packaging, as well as Stealth Elf. Now, what I'm about to show next is a really rare part of the collection, and this is something that you basically, sometimes things happen, things are going to get released, and for whatever reason, whether it's legal or the idea is tossed back and forth, sometimes things don't come when the final production of something comes out. It's not necessarily what was originally going to be. So let me shoot over to these. And these, I included it. I was going to do a separate video, and what I wanted to kind of talk about, these are more on the extremely rare side of the collection, but I decided to go ahead and keep this inside the video. The next two items I'm going to talk about are these. And before I get into talking about these two particular items, these are 3D printed prototypes. And as you can see, the game that actually came out was Skylander's Superchargers. And this is Skylander's Overdrive. This was one of the first original concept names for this game. Now, they ultimately decided not to go with Overdrive, and they decided to go with Superchargers. Now, for whatever reason that decision was made, sometimes it's a legal decision, and it just did not translate to the final product or version. Now, as far as the collection, if you watch the videos, I haven't done or collected any items that are like factory defects or anything like that. Now, I will collect some of the items. I don't do customs, but I will collect some of the items, such as when I say defect, you'll maybe in the traps, you kind of remember where it's the traps that we did. So I did collect a couple of those. The Nightfall, which had a recall, collected that. And then there was another version of like Hoot Loop, which I collected. And that was basically, it was released with the wrong catchphrase. And I've done that in previous videos, so if you've ever checked that out, you know what I'm talking about. So anyways, let's go with this. What makes this kind of rare, one, is the fact that it is, again, the original concept name of what Superchargers was going to be. Two, they're the 3D printed prototypes. And again, going back to packaging, these were primarily done for that reason. Now, if you can see, another interesting fact is that Hot Streak was originally going to be named Afterburn. Now, what's inside the packaging is Sea Shadow. And Sea Shadow, the final version of the release, you can see if you have, and it's still packaged, it's the version that is actually tilted the opposite way, facing this direction. So again, this being pre-packaged. Now, the other one is Stealth Elf. Well, Stealth Elf wasn't air, of course, it's life. And so it has a misprinted element on there. It's not even Stealth Elf, but as you can see, the backing is Stealth Elf. It is Terrafin. So the other thing about these prepackaged is the fact that there is no scan or barcode on the back, and the back of it is completely clear. There is nothing indicating, sometimes they have them being placed on the portal and different images and stuff like that. This talks about a vehicle. It also has a sticker attached to the back. And the same thing. Well, what's interesting about this, Stealth Elf never had a single character packaging release. Remember, it was only in the starter pack. So what's interesting about this is the fact that there was a Stealth Elf, and this says driver, which of course it's just the character. But anyways, just wanted to talk about the packaging and the rarity of the pieces in this collection and what those pretty much pertain to. Now, long has been the argument about the glue that is put on with these characters, and you can see that the glue, there is no rhyme or reason. There's not much money spent on the glue, for the simple fact that it's really geared to the masses, and the glue isn't meant to keep the last forever. I know there's compromise with the glue and it coming off the backing, and a lot of money isn't spent on that because really they're meant to be torn open and enjoyed and the figures played with. So from the beginning, the glue on these don't stay. It's hard to keep those intact. But then you fast forward to Trap Team and you get these packages that are like near indestructible, and you pretty much have to cut it open with a box cutter. So anyways, before I go too far, and I just want to put like a hidden embedded message into this for those die-hard Skylander fans who don't fast forward the video and they will catch this tidbit of information without jumping around and really got to listen to the video. At the end of the video, I'm going to show it in the middle, and at the end of the video I'm going to show a character. I won't really talk about it. It is, if you know, in the very beginning, even before Spyro's adventure, you know that there was the concept of Skylander's Kingdom. And there is a character that I've seen, probably I know about 4 of these that exist, that I know personally that exist. Maybe only 2 of them in the wild, I'm not quite sure. And so I want to leave this message. So for you diehard fans who get this message, I want you to put the name of what the character is and what his original name was, and then put below that what his name actually ended up being, because it wasn't the final, just like these 2 and the name of Overdrive, it was not the final name of the character. So put his original name and put the name of what he was in the comments below, okay? Before I end this video, and we talk about packaging, and we went from traps, and we've done a whole bunch of stuff, let's pan over to these babies right here. Now, I'm gonna move these over and I'll get a shot at them. And these are, of course, what are soon to be released and hit the shelves, official release October 16th. These are the Skylander Imaginator creation crystals. So as you can see, we have an air, we have an earth, we have magic, we have life, we have light, we have the tech, and we have undead. Now there's about 30 plus more of these. Here's the backing. Let's just take a look at that. And it talks about create and play with your own Skylanders, 30 plus creation crystals to collect. And I will unfortunately be, I have a whole bunch of pre-orders on their way. I unfortunately will be, every time they release these, I am pretty much on vacation because my birthday is in October and I will be in Cancun for a week. So I will miss the actual first day of release and launch, but I have all of my pre-orders, so I'll be ready to rock and roll. I was able to get my hands on a couple of these creation crystals. Thank you very much for you know who I'm talking about, and I appreciate the addition to the collection early on. Remember, Skylanders Imaginators launches, official release is October 2016. Anyways, oh, let's run over and do this real quick because I said I was going to do this in the previous video. I haven't finished off. I said I was going to talk about a few things. Here is a long breakdown of that, but it is a complete collection of the Skylander micro comics. Somebody had asked me to do a video or include it, so I'm just doing a quick edition of that. Here's the posters. I keep them. All of them are laminated. So here is Stealth Elf and Stinger, which is 1. Pop Fizz and Soda Skimmer was 2. Dive Clops, Dive Bomber is 3. Terrafin, Shark Tank is 4. Spitfire and Hot Streak is 5. High Volt and Shield Striker is 6. Fiesta and Crypt Crusher is 7. Jetvac and Jetstream is 8. So just wanted to go ahead and show that for, I can't remember who had asked me about these micro comic packs and to include them, but I went ahead and just tried to throw everything in since I don't get around to doing a lot of the videos. I try to combine a whole bunch of things all in one shot. Okay? Anyways, guys, thanks for, oh, I asked one last thing. Let me go over and show this because I promised it in. Let's put this guy on there. All right. Guys, and you know what? I put it on this base. I'm going to do something. Check this out. It's pretty cool. All right. Before light core. Let me just move this. I know the camera's jumping all around the place, but let me do this. And there you go. Put it on a pretty cool base. And for all you diehard fans, you know what to do. All right. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.